So let's talk about how to have an imperfect family and be perfectly satisfied. And as I said, first rule is we're all flying by the seat of our pants. Not every child-rearing dilemma has an answer. Not every question has a solution. And really the only predictable and explicable aspect of raising children is just how unpredictable and inexplicable they are. We have yet to figure this out. So I was like this, yes, I fly by the seat of my pants, but I have great pants. You're all flying by the seat of your pants. I was flying by the seat of my pants and still am to some extent, but most of us have decent pants, and so you want to kind of go with that flying by the seat of the pants business. Second is what you see is what you're likely to get. The child's self-image, the child's self-regard is a mirror of how we look at them, the lens that we look at them through. And if all we see when we look at them is disappointment, disillusionment, not measuring up, not reaching your potential, that becomes the basis for their self-regard. They never feel like they're good enough. If what they see is us appreciating them for who they are rather than who we wish they could be, then there's the basis for self-regard, self-assuredness, and a sense of self-worth that's going to carry you through life. Everything you feel from this point forward is normal. We have basically sanitized and tried to domesticize parenthood, and we assume it has to be this tranquil, serene, pleasant, delightful, prideful experience. But it's just not the nature of human relatedness that any intimate relationship is that calm and is that smooth. We have to learn to tolerate the entire spectrum of feelings. It is natural. It is normal at times to be disgusted with your children, to hate them, to regret having had children, to wonder why you did that. And when we try to hive off, when we try to narrow or restrict the definition of what's acceptable parenting emotions, we actually make it harder for our children because they start to restrict their own emotional life as well. Children need us the most when they are the least pleasant to be with. This is one of the painful realities of parenthood. It's easy to love your child and take delight in them when they're, making the honor roll and taking tests and doing well and captaining the lacrosse team. But those aren't the times when they really need us. They need us the most when they're their most difficult, they're most unpleasant, they're most disappointing, or they're most disillusioning. Of course, those are the times when we want nothing to do with them. We just want to focus on another child that we have, or maybe our niece or nephew who's cooler than our child. But this is the time when they really need us to summon our sense of compassion, our sense of empathy, our connection with them when they're not necessarily following the path that we've laid out for them.